movers, I be loaded. Why you out here drinking 40s, I just told it. Still that same nigga in a foreign, but it's stolen. Ryan sporty, acting sporty, can't control it. I'm doing fraud, got that bag, yeah, I'm transporting. I got that bag on me, nigga, like I'm...
Hey YouTube, Sabria Iman here. So today I'm going to talk to you about being in the Army Reserve. Yeah, I'm in the Army Reserve. I drill in Savannah and I'm an 88 Mike. And basically an 88 Mike, they drive trucks. They're motor transport operators, and so basically all we do is drive trucks, really. Like the trucks you see that transport all the stuff, like the Walmart trucks and stuff like that. We kind of drive trucks like that, but it's military trucks, and it's called 915s. And there are other vehicles, but my unit only has like 915s, or at least that's the only vehicle we drive. But being in the reserve, let me tell y'all, it's not like active duty. And for those of you all who are not that familiar with military terms or whatever, so active duty, that's like the people you see that's in the Army every day. Like they have on uniform every day because they're active duty. It's like their full-time job. Whereas I'm in the reserve, and it's like a part-time job for me because I only go one weekend out the month, and I 2 weeks out of the year for my annual training. And so that's how long I go for in the reserve. And so I'm gonna tell you all about the ups and downs of being in the reserve. If you're thinking about going in the reserve, I can give you some information about that. I just feel like there's some information that you need to know if you're trying to go in the reserve. Okay, so let's get to it. So let me tell y'all, the reserve is a lot of BS. Like it can get so annoying. Like it has its perks, but it also have its downsides. But first, let me tell you about my job, what my recruiter didn't tell me until after I signed my contract. Well, let me tell you about the whole process. So when I went to the recruiter, I joined the Army in 2016. That's the year I graduated from high school. And so I had some family issues going on, and so I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna join the Army. So I went to the recruiter, and they was just telling me all this good stuff. And so, but one of the downfalls was I didn't really get a job that I wanted to get. Like when I was there, they were trying to find me jobs that were close by, because at the time when I was in high school, I was also attending college in the dual enrollment program. And so I was in the electronics engineering technology program, and I wanted all my credits to transfer to a university because I was going to a technical school. And so I wanted all my credits to transfer, and so I wanted to go to a HBCU, and Savannah State was the only HBCU that would accept my credits. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to Savannah State. And so I told my recruiter that I wanted to go to school in Savannah, so was there anything close by? And luckily there was a unit in Savannah, but they didn't have any type of jobs I wanted. I wanted like an office job. They call it 92 alphas, I think. Like a office or supply type job. And so they didn't have that. All they had available was mechanics and truck drivers. So first of all, I wasn't about to be no mechanic. I was thinking about it, and I was like, if I be a mechanic, I could learn how to fix on the trucks, and then maybe I could learn how to fix on my own car. But I was like, no, I don't want to be stuck doing something that I really don't want to do. So I was like, I'd rather drive trucks, because when I was younger, I kind of wanted to drive trucks. So yeah, I decided to drive trucks. And what I didn't find out till after the fact was that truck drivers in the Army have that's like the highest fatality rate. Like that MOS 88 Mike is the highest fatality rate, and I did not know that. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have chose it. So I guess that's why they didn't tell me, because they didn't want to scare me off. But like, it's not that bad though. I mean, I haven't been deployed or anything, but so far it hasn't really been that bad. But fast forward to my unit. Okay, so this is something else they didn't tell me. So the reserve, yeah, you're only going 1 weekend out of the month and 2 weeks out the year, but the reserves is like fastest. They get deployed before active duty. Like, they will call the reserve unit a reserve unit before they call active duty. I don't know why, because we don't really get trained like that. It's like the active duty people no more. So why aren't they getting deployed first? But we're the first to get deployed, and then they'll call us before they call active duty. And so that sucks. And so yeah, I'll tell y'all about my unit. What I found out, communicating with different people, a lot of reserve units suck. Like, a lot of them do. And like, let me tell y'all, when I first got to my unit. When I first got to my unit, it was December of 2016. I had never been to my unit. Usually, if you're in the reserve or National Guard, you're supposed to be able to go to your unit before you go to basic training, so that you can kind of get to know everybody and kind of get like learn a couple of things before you go to basic training, so that you can be somewhat seasoned, kind of knowing what to expect. But my recruiter could never get into contact with the unit. Like, it was either always closed, or it was nobody there, or I don't know what the case was, but my recruiter could never get in contact with them, so I could never go visit my unit. And at the time, I was living in Albany, and so Albany is like 3.5 hours away from Savannah. So that would have been, I had to drive 3.5 hours. I have to drive 3.5 hours every time I have to go to drill. Oh my God, that sucks. That's another part I'm gonna talk about. But yeah, but my recruiter could never get into contact. And so when I graduated from basic training in AIT, I went to my unit fresh out of AIT. And I gotta tell y'all about, oh God, I gotta make another video about my basic training and AIT experience. But okay, so back to when I first got to the unit in December of 2016. Fresh out of AIT, didn't know anything about regular Army, and so I was just scared as freak when I first got to my unit. But when I got there, they was having a Christmas social, because it was December, and so they were having a Christmas social, and the sergeant at the time, the head NCOIC, the NCO in charge, she was, oh God, I was scared. I was terrified because of the way she was talking to him. Like, I kind of expected that from drill sergeants and whatnot, but not when I got to the unit. I was like, dang, they do that here too? But yeah, so I was kind of scared of her, and it was just so dysfunctional as the months went by, and I started seeing things more and more. And one of the Army's favorite mottos is hurry up and wait. Basically, you hurry up, trying to rush to be on time, get information and everything, just for you to wait on command. Like, they don't even have anything ready for you. You just sitting there waiting on them to tell you what to do. And so yeah, and so that's basically a lot of what we did. And like, we'll have to do a lot of stupid classes, and just PMCS the trucks. So basically like doing an inspection of the truck to see if everything's in order and everything's right, and just writing down whatever's wrong with the truck. That's basically all it is. And we'll do that, do little stupid classes, and just be sitting around doing nothing. But when we on our phones, they have a big deal about it, because we on our phone. Well, how you gonna get mad if we on our phones if you ain't give us nothing to do? Oh, okay. So yeah, that's how the Army works. And then what I hated most was they'll have us sitting around all day doing nothing, and then once it gets time, close to time to go,
y'all need to fill out all this paperwork.
bonuses at the last minute. Like, and then some people had to drive 3.5. I had to drive 3.5 hours. Well, when I was in Savannah, it was like I was right there in Savannah because I was going to school there at the time. But when I moved back to Albany, then I had to drive 3.5 hours there and back. It's one of my battles, she drive about 4 hours. My other battle, he lived close to Miami. Like, he lived an hour away from Miami. So he would, oh my God, he had a long drive. And they would try to keep us there till like 4 or 5. Like, if you're not giving us nothing to do, let us go. Like, they don't want to let us go, but they understood it was like a safety hazard because we'll be tired and we have to drive that long distance. We'll be ready to get home, and it was just too much. I mean, but let me get back on track. So when I first got to the unit, it was just it was just out of control. They got rid of, and we got a new sergeant. I absolutely love him. Like, he is like the best, and I really don't want him to retire. Like, he is the best. Like, I just can't explain. Now, we do some things you just, I don't know. Like, we still be sitting around doing nothing. But I mean, things are better. It's like a better environment. So, yeah. Okay. Let me tell you about another aspect of the reserve, the pay. So yeah, you don't, it's like I said, it's like a part-time job. So it's not like you're getting paid that much. Like, the more years, the higher your rank and the more years you have, the more you'll get paid. Like, I'm an E3. I've been an E3 since I joined the Army, and that's terrible because I've been in the Army for 2 years. This made 2 years and I'm still an E3. That's terrible. Don't be like me. Pass your PT test. But I get paid. I mean, well, really, if you want to know how much somebody getting paid, all you would have to know is their rank, how many years they've been in, and it's this chart online that will tell you how much that person gets paid. Like, you know how some people like to hide they pay? Well, you can see everybody pay online, you know, Army. So all I make is 2 something. After taxes, I only get like 100 something. So it's not that much. I could pay my phone bill with it, and child, I don't know. Let me tell y'all about the bonuses. So when the reserve, they have a lot of bonuses, especially 88 mics. Like, the 88 mics and mechanic jobs, I think a lot of them had bonuses, and I got a bonus, and my bonus is $12,000. So let me tell y'all, you get half of your bonus once you successfully complete AIT. And when you first get to your unit and in process at your unit, then they'll process your bonus payment. And so when I graduated from AIT and I got to my unit, they did the little whatever they did, and I was supposed to get half, which is $6,000. What they didn't, my recruiters, see, recruiters are just really slick. They do what they do to get you signed, to sign that dotted line. Recruiters are really slick. They do what they do to get you to sign that dotted line. And so, it made it sound real good. You get this bonus of $12,000. You get half of it. Then you graduate from AIT. Then you get parts of it every 2 years. My contract is 6 years. So 2022 is when I will be done. Let me tell y'all, I ain't re-enlisting. I'm not. So they can kiss my butt because I'm gonna be gone. But back to the bonuses. So I thought the bonuses were tax free. I didn't think they was gonna tax it, but baby, they fooled me. When I got half of my bonus the first time, I was supposed to get $6,000. Tell me why I only got like 4 something. You talking about somebody was upset? Well, I was kind of happy because I was able to get my car fixed and all this other stuff, but I was still wanting the whole $6,000, but I didn't get that, so whatever. But yeah, so you only get, they tax the fuck out of it. They really do. and I just got some of my bonus this year, and it was like 1 something. It was a good little bit. Oh, and let me tell y'all. So when you're doing drill for the weekend, you get paid reserve pay. But when you're doing your annual training, the 2 weeks out of the year, you get paid active duty pay. And let me tell y'all, that pay is nice. Like, especially when you're not used to it. And I mean, it's kind of like a full-time job, because you won't be able to go to work unless the annual training is you home station and you actually stay there. Like, but at annual training, it's like you on orders. So you like full-time with the army. The army come first. You just can't leave, or else I think they consider you AWOL or whatever, or I don't know. But yeah, the only reason you get paid active duty pay, and it kind of compensates because you'll be missing 2 weeks from your job, and your job, that's like your regular source of income, so you're missing it, so you gotta have another way to pay them bills the 2 weeks you gone. So I mean, it pays you well, and I think you get a housing allowance, and I don't know. Since I live 3.5 hours away, I'm supposed to be getting paid or reimbursed my gas and costs for food and all that, but they don't pay me. My unit don't do my paperwork, or so I don't get paid for that like I'm supposed to. Hope nobody important sees this, but yeah. But yeah, that's really my spiel on the reserve so far. And let me tell y'all, and they are also, they give you a schedule for when drill will be. Like, they give you a whole schedule for the whole fiscal year. However, the date for that month can always change, and it could change at any time. It could change the same week that it's scheduled for. You know, it could be changed a couple days before. You know, it's crazy, because you have to notify your employer if you're working. You have to notify your employer, and you normally would want to give them a good amount of time to tell them. You want a good amount of time to tell them that. And then you have to tell your employer. If you're going to school, you might have to tell your instructors or whatever. And so what I hate the most is just how it just can always change or whenever, and you have to tell these people, and it's just such an inconvenience. And like, they can't do nothing about it though. They can't fire you, because they just can't fire you. Like, even no matter how much they hate it, they can't fire you for having to leave because of drill. They just can't do that. Your employer can't do that. Your teacher can't fail you. And so, but it's up to you to stay disciplined and do your work. And I can make another video on how to balance, because let me tell y'all, I'm a security officer. I work night shift, and I go to school during the day, and I'm also in the army. So I'm juggling all this while maintaining a good GPA, you know. So I can make a video on how to juggle all that and how to maintain a good GPA. But yeah, it's just a lot with the reserve. But I could make y'all a video about that. I could also make a video on my basic training and AIT experience, because it was an experience, and I still have some of my basic training stuff, like my journal that I kept, the little blue book that they give you while you're there, and all of that information. I could show you all that. I don't know if it's changed. My brother, he's in basic training right now, so probably when I see him, he'll probably tell me what all done changed, because you know the army is constantly changing. And so I could make videos about that, and I could just let me know what y'all want to see, and I will try to get on it. So but if y'all have any more questions, just leave them down in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer them. I should be able to answer y'all's questions. And follow me on social media, and y'all could inbox me or DM me or whatever, and I can answer y'all's questions there. But I thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want to see next. And I try my best to get it going. And I do plan to make a video or Play-Doh's closet haul video, because they recently had their bag sale, and so I do plan on making a video about that. But other than that, thank y'all for watching.
Why you out here drinking 40s? I just told it. Still that same nigga in a foreign, but it's stolen. Ryan sporty, I can sport it, can't control it.